Yeah, so Pete announced recently that he's looking to do something with Roger in 2025.
Yeah.
Have either of you got any hopes or expectations of what that might be? Is there anything particularly you really want to
Video,
see them do?
video game. I want to see Call of Hootie, and I want to see a side quest where you got to get Keith out of jail. And no, I didn't. Uh,
They could finally make that TV series.
call me, Eel Pie. Call me. I got ideas. No, to be honest with you, if it's a tour, and this is going to be probably an unpopular opinion. I don't mind the orchestra. I'm fine with the orchestra, but I would. This is what I would like. I would like to see them, just the two of them, maybe, Jody on percussion or something, but just a really stripped down, almost like Who Unplugged. Roger and Pete play some songs and talk. We talked about Pete talking. Talk, just have, you're going to save your eardrums. It's not going to be too physically demanding, but just play and talk. And, you guys you've got this shared history. You've got 60 plus, more than 60 years, of being together and going through all of these experiences, and, play songs and just talk to each other and talk to us and just have fun with it. It's do your victory lap, guys. Do your victory lap. You don't have to, you don't have to hit us with both barrels anymore. It's cool. We just want to be there in the room vibing with you guys. And that's what I would like to see. Because like I said, we talked about that. I love when Pete talks and does his thing. I love when I saw Roger was answering questions. Of course, a lot of times it's just the airing of the grievances against John. John did this and John did that and John destroyed my hearing. But yeah, that's what I want. If you guys are going to go out on the road, let's just have fun and let's be slack and make mistakes if you want. No one cares. Let's just hang out together and be part of it. That's what I want.
What about you, Ethan?
I would add that, there was this, I guess it's this Live at Gotham, whatever, where, Roger Daltrey plays guitar and sings Real Good Looking Boy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want what Betts wants. I want Unplugged, man. Smaller venue. I want maybe a deep cut or two. We know what you have to play. We've seen this dance, I don't know how many times. Every tour, we're going to play something different. We're going to play deeper cuts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In Philly, I guess, in 2000, whatever, Who Hits 50 tour. I went with one of her first Who friends, Sarah, and she and we saw a quick one while he's away. Okay, they pulled it out, they played it. I don't remember how it sounded like. I can't remember what it sounded like. I just know that they played it, and guess what?
Yeah,
that's not great. You know what I mean? Like it. So when they try to do that just to appease people, I don't think I don't think that's the way to go. We're all Who fans. We all know that
every fan service anymore. Yeah, we don't need that.
Yeah, we don't need you to like do things that aren't you anymore. The quick one while they're away is not them anymore. What is them is like Pete with an SJ200, right? And talking and doing the songs, and that's what I want to see. I don't want Roger to have to do Won't Get Fooled Again, but he has to for them to sell tickets. I kind of don't want them to be called the Who, and not because of any, like, they're not the Who anymore, but because when they are called the Who, they have to give you a scream. They have to, do Who Are You and Won't Get Fooled Again, which are great songs. But I mean, those, because they're good songs, they work just as well acoustically. Okay, like Pete doing "Who Are You" with like the orchestra and the acoustic thing at Rogers 94 Carnegie Hall shows or whatever. That's one of my favorite "Who Are Yous," right? So the songs can work like that. But if you call it an evening with Pete Townshend and Roger Daltrey, and it's $1,000 a ticket, you're gonna fill up the theater.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna make your money. I'm willing to, sell this house to go, obviously, right? I'm not, but there are people that are, and so they're gonna get their bag, as the kids say. But and if it's like an hour and a half every night, you know what I mean? Just what everything Bet said. Like
we want to see you. Yeah, we want to see you guys have fun. Yeah, we want to see you guys have fun. You earned it.
We don't want to see like Roger forcing himself to get through the rock because he knows he's got to do Love Reign Over Me. And those things, they're painfully obvious when you see him do it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's a bummer for me to say, right? But I make it a point to study what's going on stage. I'm not the guy that's standing up and cheering. I'm the guy that's like watching really intently.
Mm-hmm.
So if I see like those things happen, I get really pissed off at the people that smoke pot in the front row, even though they've been asked to multiple times not to. Right. So yeah, I want to see them do something small and intimate, because I know that the people that come to a Who show just to get fucked up won't show up and they won't pay for it. And it'll just be us who want to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I saw them at Sandringham in August last year, and I kind of thought at the time, I'm probably done now with seeing the Who live. But if they did a show like that, as you both just described, I would definitely go to that.
Like, I'm in the same boat. If they do another tour like they have been doing, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm down to pay for that again. Maybe I'm down to see if the tickets go really down, like the day of, right? But I'm not down to queue up first day for ticket for that. I think I might be done with that. And I never thought I would say that. I've heard fans say that through the whole time I like the Who. And we've interviewed some people that are like, I'm done. I'm going to sit here and talk to you about how much I love them, but I'm not going to see them live anymore. Oh, and I also want the people that tell them not to go out with an orchestra and tell them they hate the orchestra to shut the fuck up. That's really what I want.
Yeah.
Like, leave the orchestra at home. No, shut up. I want to see Pete Townshend and Roger Daltrey live. I don't want to hear you talk about them. Thank you. This energy drink's real good.
When I spoke to Jodie Linscott, she made the point that, they've earned the right to go out and do it any way they want to do it. And if you want to play with an orchestra, why not? Because it sounds great. It suits their music.
Yeah. She can do whatever. She can say whatever she wants. She's a legend.
Yeah.
I love her. I've seen her many times. It's great.
Yeah. And she said the most fun she had was when they were being kind of loose, So again, guys, have fun. Just have fun with it, and we'll have fun with you. And I love that. Like I said, they've earned it.
And you said earlier, Beth, about seeing the Who and, things going wrong and Pete being angry. And, I don't know if there's any other band where you would come away thinking, oh, tonight was great. It all went wrong. They were really pissed off. It was a fantastic gig. That's what you want from the Who.
Exactly. That's what we talked about that, because when I saw the 2022 show, like I said, Roger, got mad and he threw his monitor down and he walked off. He stormed off like right at the beginning of the show. And there were a lot of people who were like really, like, I paid good money for this and and they were going to do Won't Get Fooled Again. That's when it happened. No, was it? No, it was I Can See for Miles. And they couldn't get through it. So then Pete, somebody earlier in the evening had been yelling at Pete about Naked Eye, and Pete's like, I'm not playing again. I'm going to do what I want. Well, they had everybody go off the stage but Pete and the acoustic guitar. And Pete kind of got Roger back. I was like, come on. And Pete was like, what do you want to play? What do you want to play? Anything you want to play, we'll do it. And Roger was like, I want to do Naked Eye. And Pete was like, oh, fuck me. But they did it. And I know people were mad about not getting I Can See for Miles. But you got Naked Eye, dudes. Like, they never do that song. Like, yeah, we got that. And I remember at the time thinking, going back to 74, Cow Palace, Keith does a header off the drum throne. Who up here can play drums? And Scott Halpin comes in, saves the day with a few songs. And you're right. People walked away from that show. Nobody walked away from that show being mad about it. People walked away from that show going, holy shit, like, did you just see what happened? And they got this dude out, and we just witnessed, like, rock history. they're going to talk about this for decades, and we still do. And the whole idea of the Who is their brand is chaos. Their brand is chaos. Something's going to go sideways. Something's going to go wrong. Pete's going to lose his shit on somebody. At some point, John's, one of the shows, John threw his bass down, jumped off 10 feet off the stage, because he was over them so bad, yelling at him. There's always something's going to happen, but you're never going to get a bad Who show, no matter how quote unquote bad it is. They're going to give you 110%. They're not going to be checked out. They're not going to be just putting in the time to get that bank. They're going to give you a show, and it's always going to be memorable.